At this point, you know, the behavior that you see, it's not very nice. So they need to learn or just become wild lions again that, you know, don't have this negative association with people. And hopefully the process that we're doing is going to start to help them along that way. And then maybe not these cats, but the cubs that are learning, that are growing up, aren't going to be so difficult to view. Little cubby. So pretty. What you doing? You want to play with me? It's all right, sweetie. I won't hurt her.
I'm Dave Salmoni, zoologist, big cat trainer, and go-to guy for working with these large predators in captivity.
Good boy.
One of my big dreams in life was to someday work with wild cats on their own turf. That dream came true when I was recruited by the Irindi Reserve in Africa. They'd taken in a rogue pride of lions, cattle raiders, and worse, kicked out of Namibia's national park for bad behavior. Those deemed too aggressive would be targeted for destruction.
Down there are some of Africa's most dangerous animals.
If these lions couldn't be taught to take it easy, they'd be taken out. I decided to go all the way in. I'd live with them all day.
You can see me, I can see you.
Every day.
Showering with a bucket that you've ate your food out of.
And night. For 6 straight months.
Here's a track of one of the girls here.
I'd get into their heads.
Look what she's looking at.
And let them get into mine. Hey! This is my journey. If I make friends with you, I think I can make friends with everybody. This is my adventure. Hey! Cut it out! I'm Dave Salmoni, and I'm going into the Pride.
One more time, huh, Cleo? Here we go, rev it up. That wasn't even loud. Go back and try again. Where's your cubby? It seems like to the very, very end, Cleo's gonna keep up her usual stuff. Just charging for no reason, just to let me know she's there. You know, her cubs are around, so she's decided to be aggressive. And, you know, it's almost becoming endearing. If she didn't charge me, I'd think she didn't like me anymore. You can see from her teeth that her age is, she's on in years. And she's probably not going to be around for much longer. But if you look at her condition, she's still the biggest lioness out here.
Over the last 4 months, I'd done my best to get Queen Cleo and her pride to accept me into their world. I had my ups.
Happy birthday to me.
And my downs.
That's enough! Hey! Hey!
But now, 17 weeks into the process, most of the cats, including Cleo's sister Winnie, had stopped charging our production vehicles. Even King Brutus had learned to relax around us, which definitely marked progress in their rehabilitation. But Cleo, the dominant female, continued to respond aggressively to every overture. And that worried me. As for Cleo's cubs, Rough and Tumble, and their 2 pals, Shizzle and Manizzle, well, they hadn't made up their minds about me yet.
Cleo had a long, long life of problems with people before she came here. And you can see she remembers that. She's definitely now the old grandma that is going to be handing over the pride to maybe Winnie. And by then, hopefully, she's sort of taught her cubs that, well, vehicles aren't so bad. But she'll definitely also teach that aggression. And that's going to be old Grandma Cleo's trick.
Cleo's bad attitude toward me was likely to imprint on the cubs. I needed to somehow get through to them, to make my own good impression.
You're okay, guys.
When these wild lions charge, they chase away tourist dollars necessary to maintain this vast reserve. Without Arundi, the pride will have nowhere to go. Wild places have people in them now. One afternoon, my crew and I managed to find the whole pride assembled in one place. It was hot, about 100 degrees in the shade, and they were lazy. So it seemed like a great opportunity for one of my patented bushwalks. My crew hangs back, close enough to film with telephoto lenses, but not close enough to rescue me if the lions get riled.
Big lions.
On this walk, the goal was to show the cubs that their dad Brutus didn't see me as a threat. Almost on cue, he lay down. A good example for the cubs, and a good sign for me that Brutus was relaxed enough with my approach. Then, Cleo sounds her alarm.
All right, backing away. I see you.
All right! Hey! Cut it out!
Brutus is standing dead still. He's not backing off. He's lying down.
But Cleo still hadn't had enough.
Stop it!
Stop it, Cleo.
With just 2 months left in Arundi, I had to find a way to get close to Rough and Tumble and Shizzle and Manizzle. I was convinced that if I didn't, they'd grow up just like Cleo, unpredictable, afraid of humans, and marked for destruction. The cubs were the key. Cubs are born in small litters of 1 to 4. They're helpless at birth and don't begin walking for 3 weeks. They're vulnerable to predators of every stripe, including other lions. So mom keeps them hidden in isolated dens, moving them several times a month until introducing them to the pride at about 8 weeks. Given the many perils of cubhood, roughly 80% of cubs die before 2 years of age.
I've been thinking about pushing boundaries and wanting to know what the next step is, but I can never go much closer than I already am on foot or on the quad just because of Cleo and Winnie's aggression. That's just something that is part of their personality. But if I want some more direct interaction things, maybe it's just about getting things that the cubs or the adults might play with and then seeing how they react around it.
Every time I tried to get close to the cubs, one of us would chicken out. I had to somehow get them used to me, both sight and smell. But how?
Copy, I've got the tracks and I see the clearing. I'll be there in a second. Right, I'm just north of that drainage line. I'll cross through.
Now, Mama Salmoni used to tell me, Good luck is found where hard work and good planning meet. But just to be safe, she gave me a Lucky Lion sweatshirt. And it was that lucky sweatshirt that gave me a way to get up close, personal, and right next to the cubs.
Hi. What you doing? I can see you. Don't pretend to hide from me.
Hey! Shiz, Maniz, what's happening? Your mama just barked at me.
It's really obvious. You can start to see different personality traits of the adults and the little guys. The other day, Manizzle got real close to me and then did like a mini charge because he learned it from his mom, obviously. And this behavior where he sneaks up behind me, that's from Dad.
Manizzle was about as close as I'd ever seen him, but I had to get closer. Then, inspiration struck.
Hey, Maniz, what's this? This is called a lion sweater. What do you think it's gonna smell like if I throw it at you? This has been mine for probably 10 years and has the smell of probably 10 lions on it. I want to get further into the pride. I want to figure out what these lions think of me. I want to start interacting with individuals that I can't. And the way that I'm going to do that is with things like this. That's my lion sweater. You got it. You got it, Maniz. The cool thing is, if they weren't interested in me, if they just came across a sweater on the ground, they'd probably just leave it. The sweater doesn't really mean much to them, but the fact that Manizzle knows specifically it came from me, knows specifically it smells a little bit like me, it's got a lot of neat smells on it, that's what their interest is, which is kind of cool. It's as direct an interaction as he's ever had with me, which is kind of neat.
Manizzle was hilarious. He knew he had something he wanted to keep and took off holding tight to his lucky prize.
Uh-oh. It's not so bad. I think it's kind of neat that, like something like this is about as direct a contact as I'm going to have with these cats. There's something to be said for this kind of interaction. I think something like, giving them a toy or giving something to play with that they know is mine might be the way forward. I guess it's time to go find them some toys. It'll be interesting to see, Shizzle, Manizzle, Rough and Tumble, the posse, as they grow up. I think the obvious thing that most people worry about with dangerous animals is the more comfortable around human beings, the more likely they are to hurt people. Whereas there's only been one guy that I know of that's ever done any research on that type of thing, and it was with bears. And they proved basically the opposite. The more comfortable they were around people, the less likely they were to become a danger to people.
The scale of Arundi, more than 10 times the size of Manhattan, is awesome for the animals.
Russell for Richard. Go ahead. Okay, copy. I think we're just to the west of you.
I've just checked. I've got really good signal in the north-east direction. I'm guessing at probably 600-700 meters. If you guys keep going in that direction, you should pick them up shortly.
Okay, great. Copy, thanks.
One of the camera team located Winnie and the cubs on an outcrop not far from camp. It was a rare opportunity to interact with the young ones without Cleo to squash my efforts.
Manette! Where's Cleo? Where's your auntie?
Winnie was just over the ridge, but she hadn't seen me yet.
When we first got here, he was this big. He was smaller than the little guys up there. You can see he's starting to get a little bit of mane. His chest, the hair's just getting a little bit longer. Smallest of mohawks you've ever seen. Most interesting thing for me isn't so much that this is happening. This has been coming for a long time. He's been interested in me for a long time. He's just now getting the confidence. But I don't know how confident his mom is. If Winnie comes over here and sees me this close, she could just watch, or she could get seriously aggressive. Cleo, obviously, same thing. He loves that he's high, gives him lots of confidence. My back's to him, he feels like he's safe. Hey, you watching me? Slow movements. Okay, let's turn my back for a little while, let you get calm again. He doesn't trust me. Warren, just let me know if you see any of the adults come over. He's getting nervous. So if I drop myself a little bit, he may calm down.
This was all part of the routine. Slow movements, speak softly, crouch down physically, demonstrate it was no threat. No threat at all.
You watching for adults? It's funny when people look at small cubs like these guys, they're like, oh, they're just small. These guys are 20 times stronger than any German Shepherd the same weight.
At roughly a year old, Manizel is still under the Pride's care. He can't take care of himself yet, but if I'm not careful, he could certainly take care of me.
See you.
What's up?
Okay. Okay, that was good. I saw Winnie, I just didn't see Cleo. Okay. That's all right. It's okay, look. I didn't hurt the cubby. It's too bad that Mom stood up there. By him using that aggression and me backing off as quick as I did, it just reinforced his being grumpy. You know, he growled at me, I went away, he felt tough, he's gonna do it again. I definitely don't want to teach him that, but Cleo's silhouette is just sneaking over the grass there. Mom is just up here watching, so I definitely don't want to play around. What? No snottiness. See how tough he feels now. He's growling at me for no reason at all. I dominated you. Now I'm just going to growl at you whenever I want, because I'm the boss. All right. You get your growl from her? Yeah, I'm way scarier. Cleo, I see you too. Yeah, bring the whole pride. It's all right, guys. Let's just relax. Let's everybody calm down. Let's everybody calm down. It's all right. All right, I'm gonna back off and let Winnie get to her cub. She's getting nervous, and I just want to reinforce that I won't hurt her cub.
A tense situation, but I'd prepared for this moment. When the going gets tough, and it was tough connecting with Cleo, the tough get nice, and the nice bring toys. I'd been thinking about using toys since I gave Manizel my sweatshirt. Now, they were curious. It was time to play ball.
Learning about lions the way that I do is a little bit different than the methods that you'd use if you were a traditional scientist. Traditional scientists, they don't want to affect the lion's behavior at all. You know, my critique to that is being there affects their behavior. What I'm trying to learn is how lions and humans interact. It's all right. Good kitties. Guys, I'm gonna come get that ball.
Is it a little weird to play tetherball with a wild lion? Well, yes. But I wasn't here to observe lions in the wild. I was here to help them develop an understanding of people. I had brought my skills as a cat trainer with me into the wild. These animals could never be trained. But maybe they might at least get used to us humans.
All right.
Time to deploy some souped-up cat toys.
Dave, Woody's going around the rock.
Yeah, I see. You see her?
I did see her move.
Got her. Okay. I know. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Look, Winnie. You want to play with this? Hey, that's your cub, not me. Want to play with this? Rough. You didn't like that. Hey, this is a toy. Go get it. That's a little girl, she is. Come on. You're a strong little kitty. It may look like just fiddling around, which it is. It's fun. But the only way I'm going to safely interact with these cubs is just by doing different stuff like this. And see who the playful one, see who the adventurous one is. I can tell you who the strong one is. Hey, you're dragging me and I'm in park. I know. I know. This definitely shows how strong these cubs are. They look cute, but I don't want to get in trouble with these guys. It's all right, Winnie. Give it back. You've lost it. Oh. All right, all right. You want it back, is that what it is? I took the toy from the babies. Here comes Cleo. All right. Hey, 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 hey! Back off. It's all right, I'll back away if you back away. It's all right. Let's calm down. Let's calm down. Let's calm down. All right. All right. Hey!
Now, you'd think I'd take the subtle hint and just leave. But no, there is a method to my madness.
Let's calm down. Let's calm down, everybody. It's all right. It's all right. Let's relax. Good girls. You know, it just depends how I act at that moment as to how
the cat that's charging me reacts. No matter what, no matter how accepted I get, I know. Stop it! You see, no matter how accepted I get, no matter how calm the situation gets, that's always going to be a reality. So, if you react wrong in a situation like that, you are definitely going to get hurt. So, you know, I raise my voice and go over the top with the shouting and the stick, and she recognizes that as normal and calms down. We had a fun day with the ball. Look, it's popped. All right, not again. Stop it! Fine, let's calm down. Let's relax. That's a girl. You're a big lion, we know. I think although this boiled down to a pretty aggressive situation, you can see the cubs are closer to me than they ever have been. Unfortunately, I think the females are probably closer to me than they ever have been. But take all the aggression aside, you know, I'm sitting in the middle of the pride right now. So we're getting there. Look, mom's relaxing, Cleo's starting to chill out, cubs are still very close to me. I want to reward this. I don't want to leave during the aggressive times because that's just going to reinforce the growling and the charging. Hey, back up. Good cubby. So I want to get out before this one closes off my exit. No chasing. All right. I began living in the bush with wild lions, knowing that I might go a little crazy in the process. But I wanted to be tested. I've learned so much about them and about Africa. Take springbucks. Lions have a hard time ambushing these guys. Hard, but not impossible. And springbucks are definitely one of the main lion food groups. They can leap 12 feet in the air. It's called pronking. And they can run about 50 miles an hour. Too bad for me. My top speed is about 7. Maybe I had lost my mind, because what occurred to me then was to continue our playtime exercises. Only next time, it would be on foot. I think my favorite thing about being in Africa is getting into the bush. Just getting on foot and getting in, and it may sound weird, but I feel like on foot, I'm part of the ecosystem. I get in there. I love Africa because it puts you in your place. And you've left all your safety nets behind. I've got a good situation, I think, to start pushing things forward with the relationship with the cubs. I'll try something different. I'm actually going to go on foot and then just offer them the toy. So they'll have to get the confidence up to see who's going to come to it. Still see the adults there?
Okay, Winnie's up.
Winnie's up?
Yeah.
All right, Winnie. It's okay, honey. Good girl. So I've got 2 captive audience moms and aunties watching the female here. I'm going to actually throw the ball halfway between us, where she has to actually approach me to get it. So this will be the most aggressive part. We'll see how Winnie feels when we throw in something at her cub. It's almost like fishing. Okay, Winnie. Boy, you got the toy, huh, Manizzle? Okay, Winnie's coming. She's coming down. She's gonna get aggressive. I might have to use your vehicle.
Maybe it was.
All right. Up. Relax, guys. Let him play with the ball for a minute.
So on foot, big difference. Immediately when I started interacting with those cubs, they both came up and at me. Let's all calm down. See, calming down, calming down. Now, I knew that was gonna happen. They always, with everything new, whether it's the vehicle, the quad, or me on foot, they've always reacted aggressively first, calmed down, paid attention, and then got comfortable. The whole point of this is that this ball and this rope is all an extension of me. Oh, they stole my ball, they took it out of the rope. Oh, man. Now they've sort of taken off one part of my extension, the ball. But this is my only way of really interacting with them without actually getting hurt. If I was in the middle of those cubs right now, both these mums would be at me. Good news is they still like the rope. I'd like to believe there's more than one cub on the end of this because I can't pull them in. Hey! 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 Cut it out! Cubby. We're done now.
Despite Cleo's charge, Manizzle still wanted to play. But Cleo busted us pretty quick.
I don't have it. Okay, that's the end of playtime.
Tug of war was over, but Manizzle had a souvenir. He'd enjoyed himself and come away a winner. I couldn't help feeling that so had I.
Every relationship starts with trust. Then you define some rules of that relationship and you build on it. And that's what I've been doing since I got here. I've got some trust with them where I can get close enough to the cubs. I've got enough trust with them where they'll be aggressive at first, then let me play with the cubs a little bit. And then the moms sort of define, this is the maximum amount you're allowed to play with my cubs. Otherwise, it gets met with aggression. Starting to figure out what they think of me.
Although it's hard to say something nice about someone who obviously hates your guts, I had to admit that Cleo was a great mom. Cubs are strong as hell, but they need a lot of looking after. The odds are stacked against them. As for me, well, let's just say it was a rough day.
Oh, stop it! Stop it! You'd think that I might regret that because it got so aggressive. I don't regret it at all. It goes back to everything I've always done. You've got to try it to understand. You have to get involved to learn anything. I learned more today than I've learned in, I don't know, weeks. And I learned it because I did something different. Okay, I can't let it slide any longer. This is all about learning. This is all about getting stuff done. Like, have you guys not learned that after, that's right, he's learning. After a fun walk, after we learn something, we drink coffee.
Right.
You know, jeez.
The next day, I decided to take a little walkabout to try to process my time with the cubs. I thought about how quickly Cleo and Winnie had turned aggressive. But then, no one knows better than your mother when you might be in danger. And they were right. Those cubs are vulnerable. Pretty soon, I'd caught up with a pack of wild dogs. Seeing them now through the eyes of Cleo, I had new respect. Wild dogs are probably one of the biggest threats to lion cubs out there, and Arindy had a lot of them.
If it comes down to a competition between the other predators, in big numbers, even a male lion wouldn't take on a whole pack of wild dogs.
Still, wild dogs will go after much easier prey than lions, given the choice. These lions face a greater threat, and that is what man will do to them if they can't get used to people. And that's what haunts my days and nights.
Working with this ball and the rope told me a couple things. I sort of starting to figure out the different relationships amongst the cubs. You know, Manizzle, he's pretty bold. I think he's sort of a perfect mix with a bit of Brutus, with the curiosity and the confidence, which is exactly what Brutus is, with a bit of his aunt's aggression to new things. You know, it makes sense that he's becoming the cat raised by the two most dominant cats in his life. And the most dominant cats in his life are definitely Cleo and Brutus. Shizzle, who I thought wasn't very bold, she got in there. She definitely in competition with Manizzle. Whenever Manizzle had something, she wanted something. So that was cool to sort of get to know them. But obviously, it also reinforced the rules that we knew existed. You know, those cats are most aggressive around those cubs. At this point, I start thinking of what else I can do, what's next. I think the ball's kind of died out, so I think I have to come up with something different. It's just starting to get dark, and Cleo and Winnie, I can hear them just over here somewhere. I'm guessing that means the cubs are here. The only way to really know where they are is they got a reflective bit in the back of their eyes. Hey, girls. They've been here before, but normally it's later than this. But this early in the night makes me nervous. Cleo doesn't love me near her cubs during the day, and she'll know that she has the upper hand on me at nighttime. It's not super common for Cleo and Winnie to be down this far south, but I have to believe that a lot of times they come just to check me out. But now at night, they know I can't see them. It's a huge role reversal. I come during the day when they're trying to sleep, and they have to keep their eyes on me. But now at night, I gotta keep my eyes on them while they're watching me while I sleep. Oh! Hippo family! We've got lions. Hippos, lions, crocodiles, people. It's a jamboree tonight.
Hello, Dave. Morning. You've been cold this morning.
Not me.
Cats were here all morning. Just left 10 minutes ago. I'm just getting my coffee now. My advice to everyone, including you, and you, leave me alone until I have my coffee. Only one warning, just like Cleo.
The cats had kept me up all night with their calling. But I decided to take the fact that they hadn't killed me in my sleep as a positive sign. I knew they were probably still nearby. What I didn't know was that my dream of having some private time with the cubs was about to come true.
Now the cubs just up here, and no adults. I'm gonna go see, just go play with me a little bit. Hey, cubbies. Little cubbies. Probably one of the more dangerous things to do. Cleo and Winnie have gone off hunting and left their cubs here. And I can tell you, if they get back from a hunt and find me here with their cubs, they'll probably kill me. Oh, little Manette. What you doing, little Manette? lion cubs, it's pretty dangerous to be a lion cub. These guys, as you can see, are pretty bold, but they really don't have much defenses. They, you know, could get taken by a leopard, get taken by any of the predators, really. It's all right. All right. Don't be nervous. You got that tail? Have you? Probably, in the grand scheme of things, something I shouldn't be doing. I just can't help myself. Just so you know, it is a nervous feeling being up here. You see his tail is telling you everything you need to know. He's coming, he wants to come and play, come and see me. That tail's doing that circle like, oh, I'm nervous, I shouldn't do this. Nothing, Colleen? Okay. I'm trying to sneak a little bit closer. Maybe I don't get that much closer. Don't be nervous.
A lion cub or human child have one thing in common: trust and innocence until proven otherwise. They'll want to be around you only based on what you've done in their presence.
It's okay. Okay. That was fun, but no point in pressuring these guys. That is funny. That is funny. He went and grabbed that stick. My day is over. I have no will to push it any further. So, it was fun. You guys, was that fun?
No sooner had I begun my descent than both Winnie and Cleo appeared in the field below.
Why don't we start heading out, Ryan?
Without aggression, Winnie called, and the cub scrambled down to meet her. To not be perceived as a threat in this intimate routine was a precious, if tenuous thing.
Cute.
After almost 5 months in Arindi, I had broken through where I needed to be, into the pride.